Good morning and welcome to the DFS Army YouTube channel. I am Razzle11 and you can find me on X at Razzle11Grinds. We are going to take a look at some pitching for today, the 29th of September. Last weekend of the regular season. Some weather in New York again. Just a ton of issues with that field. So we have to be careful with that Philly-New York game. But aside from that, most of it looks clear. We'll obviously have to stick to some updates throughout the day. But let's dig in into pitching here. We get Zach Allen at the top. Against Houston, both teams in really must win. Arizona's definitely in a must win spot. Coming off of a great start against the Yankees. Home Zach Gallen is normally elite. His last two home starts have not been. It's not the greatest of matchups, but he's been so good at home. I think I want to mix him in just a little bit. I don't really want to go too heavy. His is a minus 130 favorite, so I don't mind him. And obviously, he's priced under 10K, so that helps us as well. Evaldi, I can't believe he's still priced up. Low game total in this of just 7.5. Seattle is a minus 125 favorite. Based on that, I have to be somewhat interested in Evaldi. He's 2-0 against Seattle this year. His last start was against them, wasn't very good. But his first start against them this season, he went 5 shutout innings, so he's capable of doing it. Performances have gotten a little better each time, but I don't feel great if I have to use him. Hopefully we don't have to on a 13-game slate, but I think a lot of pitching options are going to be somewhat questionable this evening. Joe Ryan in Coors. Doesn't sound like a great thing when he has a home run issue. But, I mean, I know Colorado exploded yesterday, but they've been striking out a ton. The issue here is Minnesota pulled Sonny Gray after 4 innings and like 55 pitches yesterday. Not really sure what their plans are with the rotation for the weekend, but they also can't just drain their bullpen either. So I don't know. I kind of want to be cautious with Joe Ryan in the spot. He's a minus 195 favorite in Coors, so maybe he's worth a sprinkle, a 10% play, but I just worry. Worry that his upside is like 5 innings, really, at this point. Dylan Cease against San Diego. He's been better at home. He's coming off a great start against Boston. I don't mind it at all. San Diego is a minus 145 favorite in this one. But I do think Cease has plenty of upside. Based on what we have seen with Minnesota, Evaldi, I would think that Cease has more upside than the guys above him. Gallen in a tough matchup. So, want to play Cease for sure. Winans, a minus 292 home favorite. Total of 10.5. He ended up being solid against this Washington team his last time out. Not amazing, but solid. Allowed a few too many base runners, but he's been solid at the major league level. I think he's certainly in play as such a massive home favorite in this one. I don't necessarily believe that they're going to take it easy on him, because I'm not sure that he would factor into the postseason plans at all. But should see 90 pitches or so out of him. Lance Lynn against the Giants. Performances have gotten a little better recently. His last start did come against San Francisco. I'm not really sure, how many innings he's going to throw either for the Dodgers, as they are now locked into the number 2 spot. I mean, it's all about keeping guys sharp as well. So, uh, if I'm managing teams at this point, I still think I'm having my main starters go 5 innings, maybe six, but not really sure. It is a good spot. Great ballpark for pitching. He's a minus 140 favorite, but I'd like to learn some more about what the Dodgers plan to do pitching wise. Ryu, in a game that Toronto probably needs to just pick up the W. Um, I'm going to take a look here. Other monitor. While I'm waiting for that to open. Ryu coming off a rough start against the same Tampa Bay squad. Hasn't been great recently. Not offering a ton of upside yet. But I wonder if we get an even weaker Tampa Bay lineup after Baltimore clinched the division yesterday. Could see kind of a hangover lineup for Tampa Bay. Um, but Toronto definitely needs to pick up a W here. They're only one game up on Houston, 2 games up on Seattle. Uh, so those last two wild card spots are pretty tight in the AL. Um, I just don't know if Ryu's got enough upside for us, but again, a watered down Tampa Bay lineup might help. JP France against Arizona looked better last time. It's been much better on the road. Arizona's offense has struggled a bit. I think JP France is definitely in play for us. Taiwan Walker, if that game plays, would be of interest some, but I'm going to wait on that game. I don't really want to use pitchers, especially if there's any questions about a game, especially if they're weaker pitchers, and we have plenty to choose from. So uh, probably end up off of Walker even if that game plays. The more that I think about it, Savali's been pushed back a couple days due to illness. He hasn't been sharp. I'm gonna have to pass on Savali. Wu has struggled mightily in 2 starts against Texas. 12 or 10 Ks and 5 1/3 is an impressive number, but they've gotten to him. They hit 4 home runs the last time out. Uh, I don't know that I can go to Wu. Man, he is the home favorite in this one, just barely. But it is a late low game total. I really don't know. Wu struggles with left-handed bats quite a bit, so I have some worries. But Vegas is telling me I shouldn't. I'm gonna have to think about that one more as the day goes on. Kyle Hendricks has been strong versus the Brewers, even striking guys out. Been better on the road. Man, with the pitching slate the way it is, I might have to be considering Kyle Hendricks, and I feel gross. Milwaukee's a minus 110 favorite. Game total just 8. Joe Avila, I don't think I can go there because it looks like Nick Martinez is going deeper into his starts. Where is he? He went 4 innings last time. Um, could he go 77 pitches? Probably. I would rather take my chances with Martinez getting 5 innings than of Avila going, 6 innings like here. This one is a piggyback with Martinez, but it's tough to really like either right now. Pavetta has massive upside. Facing a Baltimore team that probably has a watered down lineup based on winning the division yesterday. Baltimore is a minus 110 favorite. Game total just 8. I'm very interested in Pavetta because of the upside uh, in this one. Means his last time out looked strong. Uh, is favored, so I have to consider him, but I do worry about the hangover effect for the Orioles. Win starting will be sick. I'm not really going to face them against the Dodgers unless they sit a bunch of guys. But even then, I don't think it's worth it. Waldichuk has been lit up by the Angels. He's coming off of a great start against Detroit. Was really strong against Houston as well. Uh, Maybe we do have to consider him with the way that the Angels have been striking out in September. The Angels are a minus 145 favorite, though, but there is upside in Waldichuk, and that's something I never thought I would say. Carlos Rodon down to 7,100. I think it's probably a great spot, and it's probably a very popular one. The Yankees are a minus 145 road favorite. Not a lot has to be said about Rodon. He's really disappointed much of the year. But he's been best on the road, which is where he's at tonight. Strikeouts had ticked up a bit. Last time out wasn't very strong, but that's all right. Very intriguing to see him down at 7.1 in this spot. The Cubs coming in struggling, so maybe Colin Ray is an option for us. He did just throw one inning a few days ago, but I mean, probably have to consider him. But pitching is just so weak on the slate for a 13 gamer. Williamson against St. Louis struggled against them earlier. Hasn't been sharp for a while. But this is what he's capable of. These strong games. It's a ridiculous game against Miami. So I do need to consider him. St. Louis has been running out a pretty watered down lineup, so going to have to consider Williamson as a minus 120 favorite in that game. Seth against Oakland, certainly viable, a minus 145 favorite. Um, being called up, so I would guess that he's probably more of a 5 inning guy, based on everything. But there's plenty of upside for him. You saw him strike out 12 against Seattle. That's probably his ceiling, but he's certainly in play. Woodford had a pitch count issue the last time. Um, Not the greatest spots for him as Cincinnati needs to win, but somebody that does have some talent that I don't mind considering. I just don't think I'm going to get there. And I'm already talking about Nick Martinez, in that I think he could go up to 5 innings. If there's any chance of him getting that fifth inning, that makes him much more viable in this matchup. But we will see if we hear anything as the day goes on. And that's about it for pitching. It's gross out there. So there you have it. If you enjoy what I bring to you, please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on to get the alert anytime we drop videos here at DFS Army. If you want to join us, get access to our coaches, tools, sheets, Discord, etc., you can use promo code RAZ, R-A-Z, for 10% off. I'll put links in the description below. And as always, best of luck, everybody.